guys! This will be my review of Shokugeki no Soma 179 Opponent. And we start off where we left off with Rindo just having told Soma and the rest of the guys who were there with him that for the rebels, the third phase of the exam will be a fight against the Elite 10. And while Megumi is clearly very nervous about this, both Soma and Takumi are very excited because they will get to fight the Elite 10, and as the nerdy chefs that they are, that's very promising and they will be able to improve tremendously by fighting strong people. Of course, I think that they are forgetting that there is a good chance that they could get expelled, but maybe they are aware that they are main characters and therefore they cannot get thrown out of the story. We then have Rindo telling Soma that she herself will not be the one fighting them, which kind of disappoints Soma because I think he really wants to fight Rindo as they have been relatively close lately, as far as his relationship with other Elite 10 members go. Yet I don't think he or any of us know what Rindo's cooking abilities are. I mean, obviously she's a great chef, she's the second seed, but we don't know what her specialty is, we don't know what her edge on cooking is. We don't really know anything about her as a chef, and that's interesting because she's a very intriguing character and I think a lot of people really love her, myself included. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing more of her, and I'm really sad that we won't be able to see her cook because I really wanted to see that. Irina then reveals to us that she had actually spoken with Hisako after they have met with Rindo, and she has found out that the rebels have basically been split into 4 groups, and we do not know, except for our group, who are a part of these people, or a part of these groups, so I'm looking forward to seeing how the groups are split, especially because I still think that the exams now will be fights either in groups or in pairs. As I said in my last review, I really want to see Megumi and Irina pair up, and I want to see Soma and Takumi pair up, because as Rindo says later in the chapter, they are not gonna fight dirty. The examiners who did that did so of their own accord. They had nothing to do with central orders, so they will be fighting them head on and with all the cards on the table and nothing underhanded going on. So I think that they might give them the advantage of being 2 against 1 because the Elite 10 are so much better than your average student. Before this though, we have some more domestic scenes where Megumi can't sleep because she's very worried about their upcoming exams, and Takumi and Soma can't sleep because they're very excited, and when they finally go up in the morning, they are invited to breakfast by Rindo because she's very excited about food, and they have some small talk, and she reveals to them that, well, now they will meet their opponent. And Soma's like, well, okay, so you're not gonna be my opponent, and since Ishiki and Kuga and the 3rd seed left, there are now a lot of open spots, so she might actually have to face someone who's a new member of the Elite 10. And we found out that Hayama has now become the 9th seed, overtaking Irina, so he's now the strongest first year by Elite 10 laws. And yeah, he's now in the Elite 10. And if you were one of the few people who actually watched my theory video last week, you will know that my first candidate for becoming an Elite 10 member was Hayama, so I am very pleased with this turn of events. However, there's something off about Hayama, which I'm going to talk about, because, again, if you saw my theory video, which you probably didn't because like 20 people watched that, you'll know that the reason that I thought that Hayama would get into the Elite 10 was because he would make a deal with Central that the Shiomi seminar would then be able to continue on. But as we find out in this chapter, the Shiomi seminar is dead, according to Hayama. And the reason that he's in the Elite 10 is because he's constantly fighting to keep climbing up the ladder, so he keeps becoming a better cook. And while that makes a lot of sense, Hayama does everything for June. And I feel like Hayama is hiding something, because I feel like the vibe I got from him this chapter was so different from the guy I met back in the Autumn Election arc. And while that is like 3-4 months ago, you cannot change so much from your original character. So I think that there is definitely something up with Hayama, because for once, one thing especially is that he is very fired up. He seems very determined to just crush Soma right there and then. And that's minorly uncharacteristic for Hayama, because if you remember, one of Kurokiba's complaints about Hayama's character was that he was very laid back, he didn't really show fighting spirit, and that was just, it was boring, and it looked like he was just like better than everyone else. He felt like he was so good because of his special nose and all of those things, and that pissed Hayama off. But before that, he was very calm, and even in the finals for the autumn elections, he was very calm, even though he was fighting very hard to win, and he did win. So I'm thinking that something's going on with Hayama, because I think Hayama is a very smart character. I think it was even hinted at because Jun said that he was very good in school and he learned the language very fast, even though he's from India, so of course he didn't speak Japanese as his first language. So I think there might be more going on, because when it comes down to it, I think that Hayama is all about helping Jun, and her not having the position where she has the freedom to do what she wants with her cooking and her passion, that's not a situation that Hayama wants for her. So something is going on, and Hayama would be one of those people who would be against Central. And I think there even was like this very memorable panel where Central were going through all of the changes that they were making, and when they got to the part where they said that all the seminars were closing down, we had this, I think it was a third of a page of Jun just looking devastated. And we all know that that's not her looking devastated, that's just a way of Hayama getting so pissed off. So there's definitely something wrong with this situation. Another thing that's really off about Hayama is the way that he's basically just sprouting all Central's ideals and just telling Soma that, well, if you're not doing what I'm doing, then you are not climbing, you're not becoming better as a cook, you're not doing everything for yourself that you can, and you are not the person that I faced in the autumn elections. And while he's kind of right, I still think that it's an act. I really cannot see the Hayama from like the original Hayama in those words. I really feel that either he's been completely brainwashed or it's an act. It has to be. I've been talking about Hayama a lot, but I feel like something is off, and that is really what's now getting me back into Shokugeki no Soma, because it's not just about the autumn elections anymore. It's about characters having to very smartly try to fight Central, because as we see, Central are doing everything they can to get these rebels out. I mean, they're not even being like secretive about treating the rebels differently. They have special exams for the rebels to throw them out. And I think that Hayama being on the inside now is going to be such an important plot point later, because he has to be against Central. He has to be. I really don't think that his ideals matches up with Central's ideals, and his relationship with Jun is not something that he is going to oversee to become a better chef. He will put her well-being in front of his passion for cooking. So yeah, we end the chapter off with Hayama saying that he will crush Soma, and I think that it is kind of set up that he will fight either all of them or Soma and someone else, because I don't think he's just talking. So I mean, he's addressing Soma, but I don't think that they will fight on one-on-one. I really do think that this will be a team / a pair fight. But those are my opinions on that. If you liked anything that I had to say in this review, please leave a thumbs up and comment below what you thought of this chapter and what you thought of Hayama being a new member of the Elite 10. And subscribe to me if you want to see more of me. I also do reviews for One Piece and Haikyuu, so if you're into those, please subscribe, and until next time, bye!